Hi friends, just wanted to share a few thoughts today. It's been a little while since I've done a short video on the energy that I'm noticing, that I'm picking up on, and what I'm experiencing in my life, which may be helpful for you in yours. So generally, and what I pick up on the Akashic Records when I'm in for myself and when I'm doing readings for others, is just to keep going, that we're really transmuting so much energy. We're breaking patterns passed down through our bloodline. We're breaking patterns that we've continued to, hold from our past lives. We're shedding the layers of ego. We're being presented with situations with other people where we have an opportunity to learn. When something is challenging us, when we notice we're being triggered, and how do we know? Because we feel an emotion around that, right? It's an opportunity to learn, to grow. So, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. It can feel very intense. And for those of us who are doing our inner work, we're moving into higher states of consciousness. We're moving into our light bodies. We're moving into 5D reality. And while we do that, we're also watching the raging of the 3D world. And so I'm going to, allude a little bit to what I have observed going on right now without getting into any sort of topics that are too triggering for some. But what we're seeing is just a lot of sad things, sickness, death, things that that are heartbreaking for us to see, especially some of which could have been prevented. But without going into the place of fear and anger, this is part of the awakening of humanity. And not to say that, anybody needs to die for that to happen. We certainly don't want that to happen at all. Nobody wants that to happen. But we all have soul contracts at play. And, there's a lot of, how do I say this? Those of us who may have seen beneath the illusions that we've been told for the past few years of what's going on and how do we cope with it and what are the solutions to deal with it. It's very painful to watch those continue to suffer who are buying into the narrative. And we have to remember that this is also, there's soul contracts at play. Some people are not ready to awaken. It's not their time yet. And there's going to be points when they do awaken. In my work, I spend my days supporting clients when I'm not homeschooling my kids, supporting clients who are connecting with their higher selves and wanting to connect with spirit guides and angels and their own intuition. They're moving through the layers of ego. They're shedding all the, negative, unhelpful thoughts that have been programmed to many of us, for them and for many of us, since childhood, since past lives. It's old stuff. And so I'm not saying to them, this is what's really going on, and this is, don't believe this and do that. That's not my role. My role is to help them connect in with their light and to help them connect with their higher selves. And, as I watch people do this and take really brave steps and moving through a lot of family stuff, family conflicts, just triggers with other people, we're being asked to stand in our truth, to make a different choice. In the past, maybe we would have allowed a certain behavior, to occur, somebody to treat us in a way that we don't deserve. Or I'm just outside, so my nose is red. It's cold here in Maine. Taking my dog for a walk in our beautiful woods. But we're being asked to really step into our power, I guess that's one word for it, and to say, you know what, this is where it ends. This is where I make a different choice. I just did that the other day with somebody who was unhappy with me in a way that I didn't feel was justified. And I said to her, no, this is not okay. What you're saying is not okay. And she actually apologized. It was kind of surprising. I did not expect that. So sometimes when we do that, when we step into our truth, into speaking our truth and stand up for ourselves and assert our boundaries, and this is, my energetic line, and you've crossed that, and that's not okay. And for me, that's what I'm working on, breaking that past life pattern. Sometimes, people can respect that. And also what happens is something different is occurring for them. Maybe they're not used to that. And so it starts to switch something in their brain. And then it helps them begin to step into that higher sort of consciousness of their higher self, of this loving, forgiving part of them. This is that, how the Christ consciousness concept, how would Jesus have done things? So notice what's happening in your life, what situations are going on around you, and what can you learn from them. That's really what we're being asked to do. In the meantime, I was just talking to somebody today about this. It can be very difficult to watch people who we love going, who are suffering, who are going, and they're making choices that we wouldn't make, and we feel like we know what's best for them, right? But again, it's not our job to fix them, to tell them what to do. They have to go through their own learning. They have to go through their own experience. So, for me personally, just really, as always, quieting the mind, bringing in light. I've been saying that a lot to clients recently for healing of our mind, body, spirit, and souls, every level. Just light, 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 light. Just quieting the mind, imagining light flowing through the body like a river. Maybe there's colors. Maybe there's textures. Maybe it's like laser beams, or maybe it's just gentle, sort of soft, like a gentle wave, flowing through your body. But the light, it activates us, it clears, it heals, it opens our third eye. It really is so powerful. That's the one thing that can really help us. If we were to do nothing else but quiet our minds and bring in light, we would be expanding out into our light bodies, raising our vibration. So stay the course. That's really what the message I've been picking up on and I've been sharing with clients is just keep going, doing your inner work, clear the ego stuff. Of course, I have written a book, which, let's see if I can find it. I think it's down here somewhere. Here, the Tools for the Awakening Soul. And so this book, it's been really cool for me to see how people have bought this for their loved ones, for Christmas presents. I just had somebody who bought it for her sister because she loved it so much, so she got it for her sister. And so there's a lot of tools in this that you might find helpful. So I encourage you to check it out, pick up a copy for a loved one, for a gift, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, just why not give them a gift? And it takes courage to do our inner work. And that's what in the book is really designed to help us move through different tools and meditations and connecting with our divine guidance and having the courage to kind of move through the heavy stuff, through the ego stuff. That's what this is about. That's what, we all want to just meditate and be bathed in light all day, which of course is really wonderful. But when it comes down to it, to really help us clear away the ego, the heaviness, the shadows, the programming, we have to allow ourselves to go there. What are the thoughts that really maybe aren't serving us, that aren't even ours? What are the emotions that we're feeling, and how can we experience those and process those and then clear them? So, and one last thing I just want to share is that many of us are going through this experience of as within, so without. It comes in and it goes out. So, we are being called upon to be of service. Many of us are here to share light. Many people really need help. As people start to awaken, they see what's happening in our world. They go through this state of real shock and cognitive dissonance. And, somebody just sent me a message the other day, how do I even function anymore? She just watched a movie, which had just come out, a documentary, which was sharing a lot of things that are happening to people, heartbreaking things. And she said, have you watched it? And I said, no, I don't plan on watching it because it's really not, I kind of know what's going on already, and I don't need to be brought into that vibration of anger or fear any longer. I've been there, and it doesn't feel good. I want to keep my vibration high. So that's me, right? I know kind of what's happening, and I'm aware of it, but I choose not to focus on it because it can be very difficult, the conspiracy theory stuff, to really clear that. It can suck us in. Doesn't mean it's not true. But anyway, so people need help. So we're being called upon to be of service. I'm doing a program starting in January called the Intuitive Guide Program, where I'm teaching a group of people to do that, embody their light, learn some tools like I do, learn to read the Akashic Records, to really see what it is you're meant to be doing, how you can be of service. So check that out here. I'll put a link in here. It starts again in the end of January. It's a really powerful way, this is the third iteration I've done of it, to do your own inner work and experience this work. You do sessions with me, we do stuff as a group, and then see what your soul wants, how it wants you to express it. So many blessings to you all. Stay the course, keep going. We're doing it. We're shifting consciousness. Much love. Bye.